The Suicide Squad is directed by James Gunn, who's also behind my favorite Marvel films Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. This one follows the infamous Misfits Harley Quinn, Bloodsport, Peacemaker and more at the Belle Reef prison, as they are assigned to a super shady mission in the remote enemy-infused island of Corto Maltese. So the first time I watched the previous version, I instantly knew that a lot of footage had been cut off from the movie. It had to be. The entire runtime felt like a mix of tones that contributed to a lost identity. And I'd say that some of the things I loved from that installment are present here in this new film, and others that felt relevant aren't or were very underutilized. For example, Deadshot will be incredible with this new direction, and I'll mention something that for a lot of people surely is a spoiler, so stop the video right now if you haven't seen the movie. Here we go. I expected so much more from Captain Boomerang in this movie, and I got really mad and perplexed with the choice they took with this character. Aside from that, unlike the 2016 Suicide Squad, this one goes beyond its safe zone and comes out as a gore fest, accompanied by over-the-top humor and goofy moments that certainly are for a specific audience. Am I a part of that audience? I mean, yes, but the comedy for the most part left me very conflicted just due to personal taste. And I feel the writing could have been way better, taking into consideration the number of risks this film takes. It feels like a very poor follow-up of the film's premise. The most fun I had with this movie involved every scene with King Shark. This character was so well handled, and the subtlety to its lines was on point. The aquarium scene is one of my favorite in the whole runtime, because of how silly it is and at the same time very transportive. One specific thing that I cherish about the comedy, and also regarding cinematography, is how they reinforce jokes with camera work and different cuts and transitions that also help with its aesthetics and stylistic choices. This brings me to the presentation. It's a visual feast with heavily cartoonish elements that feed on comic book traits, especially when representing its characters. I said this multiple times and I'll say it again. Taking any piece of an art form and translating certain things to live action requires a lot of responsibility, and James Gunn did a terrific job with Guardians of the Galaxy, and here it's no different. But again, it's not for everyone. For example, Peacemaker's outfit was just hilariously goofy, or the flowers coming out of Harley Quinn's back while she's on a rampage killing all those very skilled soldiers. Oh god. Or even the villain. They fight a giant starfish. This iconic villain is on the big screen now, and it actually works and adds layers of fun. It's elements like these that might not be everyone's cup of tea. Personally, I didn't mind it at all. In fact, I loved it. I mean, for directors afraid of taking risks with films like this, it's eye-opening. Will it please everyone? Surely not. But it has its identity set, and it's very self-aware of what it is. The story, to be honest, got carried by its characters. This is almost a character-driven film to me. I understood the conflict, I got along the ride, but in the end I just wanted to see these people interact with each other. And I had that, so there are some aspects that passed by that I really didn't pay attention to, taking apart the writing as I mentioned before. But honestly, in retrospect, I had a great time with this film, despite the negatives that I pointed out. I also appreciated the little hints to some comic book stories, and if DC keeps having the privilege to have this direction and scope in its movies, with some better writing here and there, I'll be there to support it for sure. I'll give the Suicide Squad a 7.5 out of 10. That's it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you found my channel and you like what I do here, consider subscribing and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.